Hello, welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. So, today, very interesting report. In fact, it dropped basically yesterday. But this is all to do with Rian Johnson and I guess indicative of Disney's, because that's who's actually to blame here. Disney's handling of the entire Star Wars property, which we know is a storied history at the moment of complete mismanagement. And just flip-flopping ideas, making stuff up as you go along, and, as per this report, hiring people that have absolutely no clue about Star Wars. Why would you do that? Yes, let's hire someone to write and direct a Star Wars movie that has no comprehension of Star Wars in general. Super smart. That was always going to end perfectly well for you, wasn't it, Disney? Baffling. So this article will be linked down below. Before we do, guys, we come but once a year. Well, my alien Xenomorph Christmas sweater does. Anyway, it's the festive season, and for you guys, designed by my graphic designer, I have a one-of-a-kind Xenomorph sweater. You can find it linked down below. Support the channel and also rock some awesome merch. You guys have been buying these. They are available for a very limited time. They are only here in December, and then they go. I don't run them for very long at all, and there's quite limited supply as well. So go and check it out down below. If you like it, grab it. You can rock some Xenomorph merch as well. Like, it's a one-off design. I quite like it, obviously. But let's dive into this, shall we, ladies and gents? Oh, also linked down below in the description box is the GoFundMe to my latest film. It's a Lovecraft horror film. So whilst I'm, plugging stuff, why don't I plug that? Support original film, because we're talking about crap films at the moment. Garbage. That film has just entered post-production. Well, it's in the edit bay, basically. Second draft, I think, has now come through. So check it out. There's a link down below. These things are quite costly, but nowhere near as costly as the epic mistakes of Rian Johnson. So anyway, let's check it out, shall we? So, all of this basically comes down to a question that he was asked. The question was from Collider editor Liz Shannon Miller. She took to Twitter and asked specifically Rian Johnson and got specifically his reply. Now, the question is, silly question, did Rian Johnson personally title Star Wars Episode 8 The Last Jedi, or was that title handed to him? I don't know the premise of the question, I don't know why she was asking the question, but he responded. It was me, had it very early in the writing process. Okay, that's interesting. What's this then? Del Rey previously published a Star Wars novel by Michael Reeves and Maya Catherine Bonoff titled The Last Jedi in 2013. It was the 4th book in the Coruscant Nights series. Huh. Now you might look at that and you go, well, that's damning, ladies and gents. Oh, awful stuff. That's not even the worst of it. It's not even the worst of it. We'll get into the worst of it now. Oof. Now, in terms of what this book is, it follows Emperor's Order 66 and detailed the story of Jedi Jax Pavan, blah, blah, blah. Not really relevant, right? Here's where we get to the real nitty-gritty of it all. So, someone followed this up, right, and said, did you ever consider Anakin's ghost... I'm doing like pauses for dramatic effect because this is genuinely quite funny. Did you ever consider Anakin's ghost showing up to speak with Luke and or Rey? Now, that has been a point of contention in Star Wars. Why haven't we seen Anakin? He was redeemed. We've seen him once before. Why has he not come back? Where is he? Is he just midichlorian it up somewhere? What's going on? Is he just space ghosting someone? What's happening with him? Well, we got our answer, and thus evidence as to why The Last Jedi just was a part of garbage. Briefly, for the tree burning scene. But Luke's relationship was with Vader, not really Anakin, which seemed like it would complicate things more than that moment allowed. Yoda felt like the more impactful teacher for that moment. Are you kidding me, bruh? I don't consider myself a massive Star Wars fan, but even I am aware that the entire original trilogy, right, from Luke discovering who his father is, Anakin, right? No, that it's Vader. Quite literally, the entire whole thing is just trying to redeem Vader to him to see his humanity, his Anakin side, the light side, which is Anakin. He keeps stalking, like my father before me. You know, I'm a Jedi like my father, Anakin. Who turns up at the end? Anakin. Not Darth Vader, is it? It's not Darth Vader, you know, force ghosting around. What? 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 What are you doing? Terrible. Awful. Come on now, bro. Anyway, people just went mental at him. And was like, this confirms you have no idea what Luke was doing or understanding over a story. Luke was addressing Anakin the whole time. He was psychologically breaking him down using love and compassion. The good invader is Anakin. Well, yeah, obviously. The light side is Anakin. That's why, you know, even in the prequel saga, you know, as he starts to become Darth Vader, you know, he pushes his Anakin side away more and more. You didn't watch Return of the Jedi, did you? The whole point of Luke's success was that he saw Anakin in that suit and not Vader. Hence why he managed to turn Anakin to the light again. Exactly. Luke's relationship was with Vader, not really Anakin. Like, for real? Come on now. Perhaps it's true because Yoda trained him for the most part. However, the ending to Return of the Jedi gives us a clue as to who his guides are. Obviously, the Force ghosts that manifest themselves are Yoda, Obi-Wan, Anakin. As I said before, it's not Vader that just pops up, is it? A moment with those three and Luke sounds like epic to me. That's a weird thing to say, since Luke always treated him as his father, Anakin, not as Vader. And even then, when Anakin is about to die, before that happening, he speaks to Luke, and it wasn't Vader anymore there. It was Anakin who had just turned to the light side. Exactly. Again, this is the thing. This article just rounds up with, you know, it's astounding, blah, blah, blah. And this is the point, isn't it, right? Is that you're hiring someone that absolutely has... I mean, one, you stole the name. But also, you got no idea. You have absolutely no idea about Star Wars in any way, shape, or form. And that's... it just goes to show, doesn't it, in the end product. And people are like, oh, it's amazing. It subverts all my expectations. Subversion of expectations, that doesn't automatically make a good film. You still have to deliver on certain expectations, which are normally the emotional beats. You can subvert story expectations, but emotional beats that are set up, generally speaking, have to be paid off. Because if you don't pay them off, you're going to piss everyone off. Because you get emotionally invested in someone. It's like a character, right? It's like an epic character. Bearing in mind there's lots of movies that have done this. Epic characters. And then they die, but we don't get the emotional payoff because people want to subvert your expectations. It leads to overwhelming upset. People are just like, this is ridiculous. Narratives do have to follow like a certain flow. You can't just flip-flop between things because you're like, oh, I'm such an epic writer. You know, look at my massive big brain activity. It's not how it works. You know, again, let's point to a few things. Aliens, for instance. We grow with these characters the whole time. We get Hicks. What an epic character. We get Newt. Awesome. We get Sigourney Weaver's Ripley basically becoming a surrogate mother to Newt. And then what happens? Well, they kill them off screen. Overwhelming fan contempt at that point. People were super pissed off. You cannot keep doing that. Like, it's ridiculous. Again, if they had died, but we'd seen it, yeah, and there was like an emotional payoff for like a reason as to why they died, and it was woven into the narrative a little bit more, and we get the emotional beats behind it, people would still be upset, but if it served a grander purpose, people would be like, yeah, okay. The Last Jedi had so much, like, we get Snoke just cut in half for no reason. Okay, great. So you set this character up and he goes nowhere. Epic. That's not going to piss people off, is it? You get Luke, set up this beautifully haunting, emotional scene, and then he just throws it away. And just, you know, sucks at the teat of a giant alien. Alright then. It's not funny, it's not clever. It's like, that's bad writing. And No matter what way you look at it, it is bad writing. There's nothing smart about just going, oh, we just flip-flop all the time between a trilogy. It's terrible stuff. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. If you're new here, please do hit subscribe. Again, grab yourself some merch. All that good stuff. Thanks so much. Take care.